you're not streaming to your audience. Like I saw you in the Telegram chat, they're like, oh, join us here. So then they'll join us here through mine, either on X or on YouTube. So that'll be good. Hey everyone, how's it going? It's I, the real Randy Chavez, and I'm talking today with All Dot Up and Hero, the two main peeps and the faces of the Sharbi team. And the token, everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. That is my dog statue that is more popular than me. So how y'all doing tonight?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I let ladies first.
We're doing awesome. I'm super excited to be here with you. I got to chat with you a little bit on Monday. We had some really great conversation. Really grateful that you invite us here into your space and excited to see where it goes.
Heck yeah. Can't wait. So we have I guess right now, it's still early in the bull market where you have Bitcoin that's near all-time highs, had a rough couple of days. And then alt season will likely be, X amount of months after that. When we talk about meme coins, there are an infinite amount to choose from, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. Many of them rug pulls, many of them where the people aren't docs, there's no revenue, there's no nothing. But every now and then one shines through. A couple shine through. I mean, in the top 100 crypto on CoinGecko, like 9 of them are meme coins. So there's got to be something to them. There is that little magic. How did you guys land on Sharbi? How did this all come about?
I'll go with this one since I was in Sharbi the first day. I was not. So first off, nobody from the original creators are still part of the team. Like everybody's gone. Sharbi was launched as kind of a LARP, and they pretended like they were connected with the SHIB team. In fact, there were some Ryoshi hints. You've heard the story probably of projects like that. We ran up pretty heavy after a couple of months to about 40 million market cap on 2 chains combined. But it was all on hype, right? We launched a bunch of the whales threw in some money to a pot. They pushed that pot, launched on some centralized exchanges, and we ran up heavy. But then the team dipped. They got found out. The people they were pretending to be found out about it, called them out. And actually, the crazy part now is those people that were pretending to be are part of Sharbi. Like they're in Sharbi's Telegram every single day. SHIB admins, SHIB community. Like Sharbi has become part of the SHIB community as kind of a side project, right? Like we build on Shibarium, but we work together so closely with so many amazing SHIB community members and SHIB leaders that we see ourselves as part of the SHIB community. And so we try to help and work with SHIB. But Sharbi's a female dog. So you talk about meme coins. You talk about meme coins and finding something unique. Sharbi has a lot of unique features. First off, she's female. Like none of those other coins that are in the top 9 that you mentioned, that are in the top 100, are female meme coins. There's not a female meme coin. What?
Just it's sexist as heck.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that like, girls up there.
Wait, we gotta have one, and that's what that's why we're building up Sharbi. We've built up Sharbi to be a beautiful, powerful female meme with a lot of female leadership, along with a lot of crypto bros, that love the memes and love to build the memes. But really, Sharbi is about inclusivity, right? Like when you talk about all this inclusivity thing that's happening now, Sharbi started that a year and a half ago. Like we started, when we took over as a CTO before CTOs were popular, and we legalized our DAO. Nobody was talking about working with other projects, right? Like even SHIB, the cat. I love the cat. I love the cat. I gotta say, being part of the Meme Alliance and getting to know the cat team, I can't wait. I can't wait until the game comes out and we can rock together. It's going to be great.
Hopefully,
So,
Comic comes out.
but yeah, I mean, this whole idea of working together, it's going to be what drives this bull run. This idea of partner projects, all these project alliances, people working together, building together, like that's the difference here. And we started that a long time ago, and we're proud of it, right? But we try to innovate as a meme coin too. So we have a legalized DAO. We have our own DAO investment fund, which is our Boom Boom Capital BBC investment fund, which is like,
BBC?
Yeah, BBC. Yeah. I mean, if we're going to be a meme coin investment fund, we're going to do it right. And our BBC is growing steadily every day.
Yeah, it is.
But
it's growing in size. It's growing in girth.
Yep. And so we have pay to hold system where we try to reward our holders. We have our Dream Factory where we have all these services we offer projects, including a volume bot on Solana, development services, and from that we take some revenue share, we give it back to our holders, go back into the project, and now we're building another huge utility. So we try to do things different. We try to be innovative. We're multi-chain. We're on 3 different chains. We have a DAO that oversees all of it. It's very unique, right? Our ecosystem is unique, but it's been rebuilt. It's been revamped. And I'm going to let All Dolled Up talk because she came off mute, and I've been talking a lot.
Well, I think it's unique in how it all happened too. So, hello everybody, All Dolled Up from Sharbi. I'm going to back up just a second. Sharbi is my first crypto investment, anything in that realm I was never part of. I had a husband and he was involved in stocks, and then stocks transitioned into crypto. And I was the wife that was always just like, just come to me one day when we're moving to the Maldives. I don't know. Like, I just didn't want to hear about it. I didn't want to know about it because for me, it takes a certain level of emotional control, it would be like we'd be up here and then like the next day you can be not up there anymore, right? Okay, everyone knows this part. So, but he walks into the office and he says, "Can you get a telegram?" And I'm like, "No." He said, "Please, can you just I have a community that it's a project and I want you just to be part of it." Now, when he was speaking of that, yes, there was this whole story that we have been told, and none of it was true, right? But really, it was this collective group of people that came together that are still there today, 2 years later, have round tripped that baby, and they never left. And I came in and I met those people, right? And 656 days later, I'm still here and I'm there every day, and I've been there every day. But through everything we've been through, so 21 months old now, it hasn't been easy. And it has not. I mean, you as anyone in crypto or investment, you have those trials, those tribulations. You have those days where you're like, fuck this, I'm done. You have those days where you're like, this is the best thing I've ever done. So it's just been really authentic, I feel like, from the gate, because there was a group of people that believed, and we weren't going to stop until we got to where we knew Sharbi could be. So yes, thank you to those who launched Sharbi as a LARP, because you gave us this incredible start that, goodness gracious, I thank you. Thank you to them. And you know what? There was 6 months there where we had to get the socials. It took 3 months of negotiating to get the TG. We wanted that. We wanted that original TG. And it was just like games, right? It took negotiating. We became negotiators overnight. And 3 months later, we finally got ownership of the Telegram. So we went through devs that, you know, we paid a lot of money for things that there was never a delivery, or at least a delivery that was the scope of work it was supposed to be. So there's been all these like, we've learned a lot. And that's really, Hero touched on the Sharbi Dream Factory. It's how it was born, right? Because we finally did meet good people in the space. And in terms of attorneys to legalize a DAO, we've met an incredible legal team. We've met incredible developers. We've met just all these connections, and it's taken time. So yeah, it took a lot to get to where we are, but it all needed to happen in order to be on the path I think we're on right now. Like all this, it's taken 21 months to get to where we are, but we're ready. Like everything now is aligned perfectly for Sharbi. We have built this out for our community, and it's all there, right? It's fine tuned now. And so now it's exciting because we made it through. We might still be in the trenches market cap wise, but that doesn't bother us whatsoever. Like we know, because we've been sitting here building, working, innovating, and creating this incredible ecosystem that is a meme coin that will actually give you back something, money.
So I like the fact that, again, going through the trials and tribulations, going through that, because most people, they kind of wash out in the bear market. Most people kind of give up, they sell, they have paper hands. So the fact that people are still there after X amount of time is like, okay, there's something there. Maybe we can't quantify what that is yet, but now that we know the story behind how it came together, tell us about the character of Sharbi. If anyone knows the meme coin, Brett has a girlfriend named Brit. That's like the other token. Is Sharbi like an offspring, or is Sharbi a like girlfriend of any other token? Is Sharbi her own thing? Where does that story go in the world of memes? Because I have plans for Sharbi in the Cat comic book, and right now I'm not like woke in any way, so this is like not a reflection on that, but they reproduce by themselves. They don't need anyone else. So that's it in the comic book. It could be completely separate from this, but I'm just curious on where Sharbi's character falls in with those memes.
So this actually touches on that origin story as well, because she was launched as the mistress of SHIB. So that was the whole idea. She was the mistress of SHIB, and eventually we were going to launch on Shibarium. That was kind of like the tease. It was right when Shibarium was being talked about possibly being launched. They launched it, and then they were talking about us launching on Shibarium. We have evolved. Sharbi has evolved. She's not a fucking mistress. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah. Say whatever.
Okay. She's not a mistress. She's not like that. She's too powerful. She's too strong. She's become more than that. And her community is the same thing, right? Like we've been rug pulled, we've been scammed, we've been hacked, we've had money stolen, like everything that ever could go wrong. Like our community is a representative of Sharbi, and Sharbi is powerful. She's strong. She's not a mistress, right? She is a queen, and so we are building on Shibarium. We are very linked with the SHIB team. We definitely have worked a lot with the SHIB community and the SHIB leadership. So we do have a lot of ties in and among the SHIB community, but she stands alone as well. But like her eyes are always on SHIB, and I think that the idea of a meme coin having a strong partner is something that could possibly evolve into. But the storyline of Sharbi is really bottom up, right? Like this is it, bottom up. She's evolved from a 70s porn star mistress basically into like a queen that you see today that's playful and fun and powerful and really has this joy. Like there's just a joy about Sharbi and a bringing together of people as well. So So I think that that's really the story. But as far as like the story of the meme, there's a lot of opportunity there. I think there's a lot of opportunity to develop, where Sharbi's going, what she, and I think that there is something there that probably needs to be, developed more. We've worked so much on the development side, and our Git book and our new website and getting everything in place. That I think that really there's a lot of storyline there that could be there, but it all is going to be evolving around the idea that she's going to be the biggest female meme coin in the history of meme coins. That is the goal. That is nothing less worth going to take.
Maybe now I have a couple more ideas, because in the story there was like a great meme war like 100 years ago, and these are like all their descendants. So maybe Sharbi's great grandmother or whatever was a mistress, the OG, but now this new Sharbi is the yeah, okay, yeah, we got this.
I like it.
I want to, yeah, you guys will be pleased with the comic. It'll be really fun.
I can't wait.
So mention the Shibarian ecosystem. Tell it, because I feel like a lot of times when people are in like their little fish bowls of, okay, they're ETH maxis or they're Cardano maxis or they're something on a layer 2. Tell us about Shibarium. Tell us about that, how you guys fit in there, and what it can do for everyone.
Yeah, so I think this is part of the beauty of Sharbi is we were on Shibarium, or we were launched on Arbitrum. We're on Ethereum, which is a chain everybody knows, everybody likes. We're on Solana. That's your volume chain, and there's zero tax, and so there's a draw to both of those chains. What have not gotten that draw yet? We launched on Shibarium about a year and a month ago, 13 months ago. We launched on Shibarium. Shibarium had a huge hype, a huge run up. They announced it at ETH Toronto, which we actually just got back from not too long ago. But they announced at ETH Toronto that Shibarium went live, and everybody went to Shibarium, and it crashed. Like, they just crashed it. And it's a new chain, right? Like, it was a new chain. It wasn't ready for what happened. And over the last 13 months, the SHIB team, the SHIB developers have been building it out. And so, hey, the cat. So they've been building it out. And so Sharbi was so we were the first large meme or large token to move over to Shibarium and show that, Shibarium was ready to have it. We launched, and on the day of our launch, there was so much traffic, we broke the chain. So it wasn't quite ready for us. But over time, it's been developing out. So now they have V2 of the Shiba Swap DEX that just released. The Shiba Swap DEX did release on Shibarium. You have K9 Finance, who's our partners, who have liquid staking and have brought a bunch of TVL to Shibarium. And now there's a bunch of DeFi products being built there. But we, as Sharbi, see ourselves as being the queen of Shibarium. And we actually see ourselves as being the biggest meme coin on Shibarium. And I don't think there's much going to stop us from that. Right now, Shibarium is slow going. It's still not supported by a lot of centralized exchanges, so it's so early, right? You have Bone, which is the gas token for Shibarium. It's sitting at 37 cents. It's at like 100 million market cap, and it's the main gas token for Shibarium. The growth potential of that alone is going to make all the projects and all the people on there, blow up, basically, right? Like, it was about 8 months ago worth about 4 times as much as it is now. And that's not even touching, the all-time high was like $15. It's 37 cents right now. So As Shibarium grows, Bone's going to grow, which means all the liquidity pools grow, all the NFT packages grow, everything there is going to grow. And so Shibarium has become this tight-knit community of projects that work together, that build together, and do a lot of stuff together. And it's pretty awesome.
I love that answer. There's a couple of people saying, like, where can we invest in the US? Are you guys on, like, does Coinbase Wallet, does that aggregator have you guys? Or is it just like Uniswap?
I know we're on Binance Wallet. I'm not sure if we're on Coinbase Wallet or not, but we're on Binance Wallet. We are on Solana. We are whitelisted on Phantom, so you can get us on Jupiter Swap and Phantom, Uniswap, Shiba Swap on Shibarium. We were on a bunch of centralized exchanges. But the previous team was basically siphoning money from the project through those. So when we took over as a DAO, we actually got ourselves off of like Gate, Mexi, L-Bank, Bitmart. We actually we shut them all down for a while we got everything together. But we are actually in talks right now to go back into the centralized exchange world, which after the release of Sharbi.fun, which is our big utility that's going to be coming out within sometime in November, Sharbi.fun is going to be on Shibarium. It's going to be a multi-chain utility. It's like Pump.fun, but it's sexy like Sharbi. It's got UI and everything from Sharbi.fun is going back into the project, back to the developers, back to the people using the project, or back into Sharbi. So definitely the pay to hold, everything about it. And man, Chase is a badass. I love him.
Yeah, we love him. He's a very big supporter. Like, remember in Star Wars Episode 1 where Padme Amidala is talking about Chancellor Valoran, and she's like, he's one of our strongest supporters. I feel like Chase is one of our strongest supporters. I'm sorry, that was a long road to walk down to get to that reference.
Yeah, I got it. You had to. I'm gonna let All Dolled Up talk a little bit now. So
yeah, All Dolled Up. Let's get on after we're going about the benefits that Hero was mentioning. What is incentivizing someone outside of ROI, obviously, because we all want something when it's cheap, and then sell it when it goes to the moon. I mean, getting it at a $4 million market cap, pretty nice. If Sharbi goes back up to, let's say, 40 million, it's a nice 10x. But outside of that, what are some like exclusive things that they can get? On the thumbnail, I think we talked about revenue share. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So I think with Sharbi being multi-chain, it can get confusing to investors. It just can be. For instance, one example is that because we are multi-chain, something like Trust Wallet or your MetaMask is not going to show the accurate amount that you're holding. We've run into that. Like, I have $22,000 in Sharbi. Help me. And it's like, sir, you have $16.52. I'm so sorry. Like you have to go to
the reason for that. The reason for that is that the trackers, CMC and CG, aren't set up for a multi-chain that has 3 different prices. So it's just So I had to go ahead, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but thank you. He's my tech person, my go-to. But it's true. Like these they're not. These are like they're not set up to track a meme token that's on 3 chains. So you gotta you gotta go and do the math, and so for a newcomer or a new investor, like that can get confusing. But we did create a Git book, okay? And I just want to urge anyone that's listening today, please, you can find our Git book through our X account, or if you have Telegram, through our Telegram, or we can maybe share the link in the stream comments. But The Git book really, I mean, this was 6 months of writing, I think, between one other DAO member and myself, of laying out our entire ecosystem. And it is easy to navigate. There's everything you should and would and need to know about the ecosystem is there in that Git book. So I'm going to preface with that. But our goal with Sharbi, and from the very beginning, when it was launched, it still had the paid to hold mechanism in the tax structure, right? And even when we launched on Solana, we knew we wanted to continue the paid to hold. Okay, well, Solana 0% tax. That is where we came up with the BBC, the Boom Boom Capital. We knew that we wanted to make investments in other projects. We knew that we wanted to create channels and revenue streams where we could share that income with our holders. And so we have been building it kind of layer by layer, right? And the Sharbi Dream Factory was born, which is going to be our main hub where we release these utilities that are going to bring in the revenue. We started with the volume bot on Solana. We created our own volume bot. It's a white glove service volume bot on Solana, which means we can give you the volume when you want it, how you want it, kind of like a white glove service with the volume. But that was like our first thing that we launched out of the Dream Factory. The Sharbi.fun Hero just mentioned is coming next. That being said, our goal, Sharbi's goal, is for our investors to never have to sell their tokens because they are making so much passive income that they don't have to sell. I am making, when that volume comes, and we know, I mean, Hero said we've been here since day one. So if you would think it's at 40 million all-time high, those rewards were pretty savvy, right? I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, so we've paid out over $1 million to our holders in 18 months, 20 months. In the first year of holding Sharbi, I had a 30% return on my holdings just for holding. So that's just the rewards from volume. And now we still have the volume, and now we've added revenue share from the Dream Factory on it. We're going to add revenue share from Sharbi.fun. And I mean, we are at bottom prices. Like we've been building, right? Like we've been building through everything, and we've had a lot of drawbacks, and we actually had to relaunch a couple of our contracts because the whole team came back and got upset that we were on Solana, so they actually got into the wallet, the dev wallet, and put MEV bots to steal the liquidity. So we had to relaunch. I mean, we've really had to rebuild from bottom floor, and that's what's happening right now. So we're at like 400,000, 500,000, 400,000 on the 3 chains, but we're also burning. So we're also hyper deflationary. Part of our rev share goes to burns. We have burned 7% on Ethereum, over almost 6% on Shibarium.
Is that 7% of the total supply, or 7% of the supply that's on Ethereum?
On Ethereum, yeah.
Okay.
So we have our total supply is about 2 trillion, and we've burned 10% of that, so 200 billion.
Okay, so there's on CoinGecko, it has you guys at a trillion for max supply, total supply. So it looks like it's all uniform there, but it's 2 trillion. Is the market cap actually like $8 million because there's 2 trillion tokens out there?
No, so this is the problem, is that CoinGecko doesn't really show it right. Because they don't have the ability to track all 3 chains. So we have all 3 chains listed, but if we put our total thing there, it's going to make it look like it's worth nothing, right? Where so each chain has its own market cap. They're separate. They don't have, but they tend to move together, because really the way we've designed it is each chain has its own benefits. and rewards differently. So, you know, if you see Solana at 300,000 where the other ones are at 4, you're going to want to buy it up because, you know, you're going to get a better amount of supply for those rewards, right? And, you know, on Solana, we have, you know, our own special things where we have staking for Canine on Ethereum. Our rewards on Shibarium are in Bone. So it's all very different and it's all unique and kind of built out in a structure that is confusing for some. I mean, it's a meme coin, right? But it's got so much to it. But it's basically our plan is to add revenue streams, add passive income from 5-10 different passive streams to where you're basically feeding the project and it grows itself, right?
So the Sharbi, that the main chain that's on Sol, right?
You know what? So that's where we have most of our volume.
Okay.
Our highest market cap is on Ethereum, and I think our oldest holders are on Ethereum. That has been our main reward chain. But
okay, because I can't find that on Gecko Terminal when I'm trying to look. So I found the ones that the Solana Radium and the Shibarium Shibari swap or Shiba swap, but I can't find the. Can you send me the contract address, or you just link it down below?
Yeah.
In the comments, and then we can get this bread. See how we're all doing here.
So this is why. So when we got Sharbi.net, the website, I mean, it needed a rework so bad, but we pivoted and we did the Git book before we updated the website because this right here, right? Like if you go through the Git book, it's going to walk you through. It's essentially like 3 projects because they're all separate chains. They're you know, there will be people come in and they say like, "Hi, Marky, whoop whoop." Oh, my bestie. That's so great to see you. So yeah, like people will say like, "Oh, well, what chain do I buy on?" Well, like each chain has its own benefits and different reward structure. I'm so proud that we were able to bring those rewards to Solana. And we talked about Sharbi.fun that's going to be launching. That's kind of the thumbnail I sent you about Sharbi.fun, in that even though Sharbi.fun is launching on Shibarium, right? We selected Shibarium. We're going to launch it first. Will it go to Multichain? Let's assume yes, it's going to, but we're going to launch there first. And even though we are launching on Shibarium, those Solana BBC members are still going to get rewarded for the revenue that comes into Sharbi.fun via Shibarium. So it kind of like we commingle it all, right? So just because you hold on Solana, it doesn't mean you're excluded from the product that launched on Shibarium.
Okay, that makes sense. Copy that. As far as when you're talking about burns and stuff, how do you guys go? Like, obviously, you're not going to be on the SEC's radar right now, just because too low of a market cap. But eventually, as you guys get up there, and it's like, okay, well, we have these burns, we have these like buybacks. What's the plan to try to not run afoul of certain regulations and not be deemed like a security? Or are you guys just like, hey, we're just gonna go for it, and if the SEC has to come down, we'll fight them. But hopefully, if Trump wins, then they won't have that issue because Gary Gensler will be fired and things will be a lot more lax.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And you know what? This is kind of where I bring in my real world experience. And I think that's like when we were talking before the show, you know, I've never done live public speaking, but you know what? I've been in contracts and development for 25 years. In real estate development, large scale shopping centers. I've dealt with legal teams my entire life. And that was, you know, we legalized our DAO in Panama, but we have an amazing attorney, and our attorney is actually part of a collective group of attorneys throughout the world. So basically all these attorneys got together and they're basically your SMEs in crypto, right? And so our attorney, when we met with him, we at that time we wanted to form the DAO. We kind of told him our needs and wants, and we said, come back to us and tell us where would be the best to form the DAO, right? And there was some options on the table. We selected Panama, but you know what? I just sent him an email last week because you know what I asked him? I said, hey, can I use the phrase rev share? I said, when I talk to my community or when we talk on these spaces, we have forms of revenue share through the Dream Factory to our BBC holders and members. And he said, right now, yes, you can. But as you grow, right? Same comment you just made. As Sharbi grows, we might need to circle back to this. And so I have him always there. Like even when we use the words like rev share, I'm gonna just for the safety of us, our community, for the DAO, right? We're constantly making sure we're very keen on, okay, how are we presenting this? Is this process okay? And so, yeah, we will always make sure that we are kind of staying square there,
Yeah, 100%. So you guys 100% do not have to answer if y'all don't want to. Blur, who is actually Luna, I guess. Yeah, this is Lunar. I guess she's on Lunar's on the wrong account. Anyway, saying Trump and Elon will rein in regulations. I believe that as well. What do you guys think the trajectory is for Sharbi if Kamala wins versus if Trump wins?
Oh, this is a perfect one for Hero.
You know what? So I think that really what we need to say for this is Sharbi is going to be here no matter what. I think there's a lot of coins and projects that are going to go away if things go wrong in this election. But I can tell you, Sharbi will not be one of those. And I think that that's the most important thing to note, right? I think that if this election goes the right way, it's going to really propel the bull market. If it doesn't, I think that there's going to be some scared people out there. But what I do know is that we have formed Sharbi through much worse times, and that we're not dependent on a presidential election. And I think that that's the beauty of it. And I think that crypto is going to make it through no matter what, right? Crypto isn't going anywhere. That might have some scared times. There might be some more regulation issues, but crypto's going to fight back. Crypto's going to exceed expectations. And, if it takes 4 more years or whatever to get there, like, it doesn't really matter in the long-term mindset, what happens, right? As long as we all live through it. But yes, I think that the Trump being so bullish crypto, obviously, crypto supporters often are seeing him as
our savior,
a light for regulations there.
100%. I think that this is one of those things where a lot of education is happening as well. Even in, like, let's say, like, Congress people are generally so busy and they don't really have time to look at things. And then Elizabeth Warren goes out and says, well, crypto is actually used to fund terrorism. And then a lot of Congress people be like, okay, well, stay the heck away from that. And they just don't look into it. And then you have other people trying to build these, like, coalitions, and they go in and they say, like, okay, well, you could actually use, it's the same as the dollar, same as anything, dollars, whatever, can be used to fund whatever you want. And it's just a tool. And now people are starting to get educated a little more. now that you have it really being brought into the spotlight, where it could help us in infinite amount of ways. Gotta love that. So as we're getting down this spectrum here, let's go a little bit wacky. What's your guys' favorite conspiracy theory?
I'll let her go for this.
All right, I'll hit me with your best shot.
Oh, gosh, I feel like a sheltered dog. I would have to say, can I say the one I like thought about and actually like pondered? But
yeah, say whatever you want. Anything goes here.
Okay, wasn't there like a pizza thing with like the flat Earth? Remember, Hero, your cousin or whatever, started trying to tell us about the flat Earth. You know, I'm just not much of a conspiracy theorist either. I mean, I love to dive into them, but then like my mind can go so many different places, and then I'm like, okay, great, I have to circle back. But maybe that one. Do you have any on the top of your head? Hero?
Oh, I mean, I'm always thinking about them. I mean, there's.
What about you, Rain?
Oh, one of the ones that I just had a convo with a lady friend of mine is that I believe that we went to the moon, but I believe that the footage is faked, or a lot of the footage is fake. Because I feel like that's a really nuanced thing. Because like most people like bro, like we went to the moon. And I was like, I'm not saying we didn't. I'm just saying that the footage is not real for whatever reason. Like that song, like made in a Hollywood basement. I forget the name of that song. I forget the name of those singers. Hey ho, this is that one. They just put it in like the song, and it's like, oh, okay, this is yeah, it kind of went mainstream there. That one. All the big ones I find fun. Well, I find interesting to think of. Some of them are like, like the big ones, like I think Project Bluebeam, where you had it was signed by the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and it made it all the way up to JFK. He like vetoed that. He denied it, but it was missiling or shooting down an American airliner with American citizens on board, so that we could invade Cuba. And like it didn't happen, obviously, but the fact that it got up to like that point was like, oh my god, like it's signed by the Joint Chiefs of Staff. This is almost done. It's like, I don't know. I like stuff like that. But if y'all don't, that's all good. I just like to get wacky.
No, it's interesting stuff for sure. Like she was saying, I had a very long late night conversation with my cousin at one point about the Earth being flat, and I was going nuts because he wasn't listening. But there's so many things out there conspiracy wise that for me for the longest time it was Tupac. My biggest conspiracy thing was Tupac. I love Tupac, man. So I actually did a lot of investigation into that when it first came out, and had all the stuff on Pac, and I believed he was alive for a long time, man.
So this is not my theory. I didn't even come to this like independently. It's like I'm just a sucker for scrolling on TikTok. And when Diddy got arrested, bro, first off, how you have that much baby oil? And anyway, ignoring that. As people like went super far into like Diddy, there's supposed to be like two surprise witnesses, or like a surprise witness, and then somebody's saying like, all right, it's going to be one of two people, because apparently Diddy paid like $1 million to have Tupac killed. I don't know if that ever like actually went through or not, but apparently one of the surprise witnesses, or one of the two people, their fan favorites are Michael Jackson and Tupac, that are going to be the surprise witnesses at the Diddy testimony. I would lose my mind. I would lose my shit. I would just God, that'd be so.
You know what though? I mean, Tupac would never be able to stay silent this long. I know. Yeah. As a Tupac fan, there's no way he would have been able to just be like, "Nah, I'm good." Like he'd be like, he'd be teasing it somewhere. Like he'd have hints. Or
Ginferno coming out as soon as we bring out the conspiracy theories. I love it.
I'm going to just mention one more, and I don't know the statistics or anything of that nature, but I know gosh, maybe 10, 15 years ago, there was all the discussion about how the FDA, or like the Food and Drug Administration, like purposely avoids or doesn't allow like natural cures, right? Like for medicine and things,
Yeah.
because this stops money, right, to the pharmaceutical companies and all of that. And I can say I thought about it this last year. June of last year, we got to spend almost 3 weeks in Europe, and we had our whole family there, and our 4 kids, and there was actually like 20 of us that went. But I will tell you that being outside of the US for that extended period of time, I didn't have any stomach issues, and it blew my freaking mind. Like when it comes to medicine and food, like I think there is definitely, I just thought about that from like years ago, that like we keep people sick. In Europe, you can't even find, there's like, you go to Walmart here and there's like 7 aisles of protein drinks and vitamins and all of these things. And you can't find any of that in the grocery store. I think there's like one small section of like some ibuprofen, aspirin, and acetaminophen. There you go. Because, we, okay, I'm gonna stop. But
no, I love that. Keep going, girl. I like that. Bobby Kennedy's going to be kind of like in charge of like investigating all this and being like, "Hey, make America healthy again." Like, yeah, let's go, let's get this bread.
I mean, it's real though. Like if you have, so I came home and I started just hours on Reddit, because people, like everyone. And here's the thing. So I went on this kick and I threw all the shit away in our house, and I'm like, yes, we're going to like eat clean. And then it's like $6 million a month to do that. So we can't do it. We can't do it. It's like, do you know how expensive it is to eat like that? Like,
yeah, especially for a family.
Yeah. I mean, we have 6 kids, or there's 6 of us. We have 4 kids. So,
Ooh, damn.
I make better choices, but I still can't go like, I could order my flour online from Europe, and I know that it doesn't have all this shit in it, but it's $47 after shipping. So it's like, we've picked our battles there, and there's like better choices we can make. But I definitely think statistically, and just, we're keeping ourselves sick. And it's just feeding these pharmaceutical companies, and it's sad to me. It's really sad.
I mean, it also gets harder when you have kids, especially multiple. Like if it, like even just me, like I have an issue with overeating because I love it and it tastes so good, dude. I don't know how British people get like that. Their freaking food is so bland. It's like they're allergic to flavor, and it's like you're getting fat off the. And anyway, on the. I forgot what I was going with that. It's been happening a lot lately.
Well, no, but like I've also gone to Italy, and you eat pizza and pasta and drink wine and come home and gain no weight.
Oh yeah.
Like, and their portion sizes, like our food is so fake that you can go and get the monster Hungry Man plate at Denny's or Grand Slam, and it's like 600 things, but within an hour you're hungry because none of it's real. So I'm going to eat again. And we love food too, I tell you. But
I'm hungry.
Dude, I'm so hungry right now. I want pizza.
I want a monster Denny's Hungry Man meal.
Oh, dude, I haven't had that in so long.
The lumberjack slam.
That was 3 pancakes.
The lumberjack slam.
What's it called?
The lumberjack slam. It's like everything.
Yeah, 3 pancakes, sausage,
and
bacon,
and sauce. Yeah.
My bad. I love you guys. Yeah. So there was a friend of mine that this couple, their first kid, they just juiced. Everything was natural. Everything was organic. Everything was everything. And then like by the time they got to their third kid, it's like, yeah, you want McDonald's? Yeah, let's get some nuggets. Yeah, like they just gave up.
Did the same thing.
Yeah, gets really hard.
Well, like with our oldest, like I yeah, I was like, no sweets first. I'll start with the sweet potato or the spinach and the green beans. And I was very diligent in like a structure of how I introduced foods to him. And now he'll eat anything. He's like the kid that will like eat anything. And as you move through the children, slowly it's like, then we have the pickiest ones, like it's 4 things. I don't know, but I definitely did that. I fell off like that first, you see the memes of like the pacifier falls on the ground with the first child and you like sterilize it and put it, in boiling water. And by the last one, you just pick it up and put it back in their mouth. And
Oh no. I was picky when I was a kid too, but the people that I had lived with, they boiled everything. So no wonder I didn't want spinach or broccoli because it was all boiled. Like it was like
yeah.
it was like the most disgusting. And now like I love vegetables; they're great because you grill them, put some pepper on it, put some seasoning. Tastes great. What is Sharbi's diet? Is Sharbi omnivore or Sharbi more of just a meat eater? We got to build some lore here. We got to know what does Sharbi eat: salmon, venison, rabbit?
I think she eats crawfish and shrimp and
Louisiana chick. All right.
Because she likes the whales.
Crawfish?
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what I was thinking of? Wait, don't
laugh on the island.
Don't laugh at me. You know what I'm thinking of? The little icons on the chart, like, oh, you're a
The
squid.
shrimp?
Oh, you're a
the shrimp and the whales.
Oh, you're a whale.
She doesn't eat whales.
You can. I mean, I've never had whale blubber. I want to have. In not Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents, Timmy is like in Alaska for some stupid reason, and they're going. Oh shit! I was calling. I'll get back to him in a minute. I have so they have he's eating like blubber nuggets, and they're made like from whales, and I was like, yo, those just look so good. And ever since, I don't even know if it's a real thing, but when you said,
will you eat like the fatty part? What's that meat that you like, Hero, with all the
ribeye?
fat? Ribeye. Ugh.
oh yeah,
it has like all the fat.
Yeah.
No, it's just I can't look at it. So you guys would like blubber nuggets, fine. You can eat the ribeye with all the.
Well, I see Sharbi as like I think of like Lady and the Tramp, like the fancy lasagna dinner. Like I don't know. I see her as fancier than crawfish boiled.
Hey, I don't know where I was going.
After the first time I watched Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, where they're in Louisiana and they have a crawfish boil, I was like, yo, that looks so good. And then I had it in real life, and they put like so much spice. Like my fingers started to burn because of like the amount of spices that they had. And I was like, ooh.
What is your favorite food, Randy?
I think for diversification, I would say pizza, because you could have anything on pizza. But I mean, tacos are great. Dude, does beer count? Because like beer is so good. Yeah, buttered toast is still like one of my favorite things. Taco Bell, buttered toast, dude, a good steak. But yeah, I'm glad we're building this little lore on Sharbi so I could put it into the comic. But so now the channel is now sponsored by this company called Mudo, and they do these like epigenetics tests. And I can't be like, I got to clean up I can't be like an unhealthy mother flapper while I'm being sponsored by like a health company. So I have to like change my ways. Oh yeah, dude, Johnny Walker Blue is like my favorite blend of mixed whiskeys. Have you guys ever had Screwball?
Yeah.
No.
It's my favorite. Yeah. Peanut butter whiskey all up.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Is Sharbi a drinker? Does Sharbi like to knock back a cocktail?
Yeah,
Sharbi
sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
so we talk about the Sharbi Party all the time. Like Sharbi is like, to us, Sharbi brings the party. Sharbi community brings the party. Like we bring the party. That's Sharbi to us, right? We want to have Sharbi Island. we want to all retire on a fucking island and be, you know, like, and just drink cocktails and live life. Like that's the end goal. And you know, I think we want to do it with the community, with our group of people. Like, you know, like that's what we want, right? Like, it's come to the point now.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. It was delayed. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going. Sorry.
I mean, it's come to the point now where our Sharbi community, many of the people we're with are like our best friends, our family, right? Like more family in our family. And there's something special about it, right? Like there's something very, very special about that where I know this group of people has my back. I mean, what, a month ago now, I got hacked and it was really bad. It was really bad. I lost cell funds. I lost some funds in my bank account. Lost some Sharbi treasury funds, and our community like didn't. I mean, nonstop, just supportive, right? Like, what do you need? How can I help? Like, there was no like, damn, hero, you suck, right? Like, there was nothing, no FUD, no nothing. It was just another day, and everybody's like, okay, well, here we go. You know, like our Solana market cap dropped like 200,000 market cap. Like it dropped like 40%, and nobody said a damn thing. Like other than how can I help? What can I do? And it was the most like compassion. Like, I mean, my family. I mean, with the exception of like one family member, you know, like no one in my family would do that. Like, and I mean, it really just showed me a lot, improved a lot, and I want them to succeed as much as I want to succeed for my family, and I think that is the true like gem of Sharbi, and what is going to be what takes this further is the fact that these people are here with me, and I'm going to, you know, me and all dolled up, and you know, we're gonna work our ass off to make it happen.
Preach. I get that with the VV fam a lot. I think I mentioned that briefly with all dolled up. We're gonna get the cat and in that comic on the VV app, and obviously you guys are gonna be on that as well. It'll be first appearance Sharbi on VV. I just got back from New York Comic Con like 2 weeks ago, and that was so much fun. That was so exciting. All of like, because you have the people that you see in Twitter Spaces all the time, stream with all the time, and you meet up, and the genuine smile on people's face, like, oh my god, it's so great to see you. And there's like no hidden agenda. There's no like maybe like a selfie. You know, they want like, hey, great to see you. Go get a selfie. But it's just love and that type of camaraderie. I've only experienced that type of thing in like the military. Some others say that when they played like high school or college football, like they got some of that there, but a lot of times it's very hard to find that, I feel like, nowadays, because nowadays everyone, especially post pandemic, where everyone kind of was just separate for a while. So when you guys are saying that the community means so much to you guys, like, do you guys have meetups?
Yes and no. So when I interrupted Hero a few moments ago, I wanted to say that we talk about this Sharbi party in chat, and it's a lot of fun, right? But a handful of us were able to actually meet IRL in Toronto a few months ago at the Blockchain Futurist Conference, and it really came to life. So we met a lot of the core SHIB team there that we've talked to in Telegram. People, you know, the person that supposedly launched Sharbi that we talked about in the very beginning of this, she was at ETH Toronto, and she's part of our community now, and she's just a great friend. And she was there, and it really did happen. So what would happen is like everyone at the conference would come to our booth and be like, okay, so where are we going after we leave here? And okay, where are we going to go to next? And then somehow we coordinated a dinner, and there ended up being about 50 people that showed up to this dinner that I had helped organize. And we thought maybe 14 people or 15 would show. I was really excited to meet some of these people behind the PFP or behind the account on X, some of the people behind the account on Telegram. And you're like, oh, that's you. Like, it was really cool experience. But we kind of brought the Sharbi Party to Toronto. That was my comment earlier in the Telegram, because we wound up singing karaoke till wee hours of the morning. And I ended up making up a crypto rap to Paul Walker tribute. There is a recording of it, and God forbid it never makes it. I think 3 people have access to it. So maybe I'll do a snippet someday, because I guess it was really funny. Do you like how I said that? I guess it was really funny, because I don't remember.
I want to see it.
It was fun. It was fun. It was a good time. But yeah, we like brought the Sharbi Party to Toronto, and it was kind of like yes, it was lit. It was a good time. And we had, we got to network and just meet people. And I think that yeah, I just wanted to say, like, it happened in real life. And I hope that I know that someday we will have some sort of meetup, because like Hero said, like, these people, we sit there sometimes offline, away from Telegram, away from X, and we're just like, wow, like, we care so much about these people. I never imagined having this from crypto. I think it's something that has really, when you get into a space like this where you can just go in and do what you want, I couldn't go into my corporate job and ever just be like, hey, look at this, I created this, yeah, let's use it. Or, okay, like, I don't know, it's like this freedom, and like, I found my authentic self in ways that, like, I didn't know was possible. Like, I've always loved art. Like, since I was little, I would paint with my grandma. I would oil paint on rocks with her. We would do canvases. And then it's like, I graduated high school, and what was next? Oh, you go to college. And then after college, okay, now I just worked for the last 25 years. And how do I feel about myself? Back into crypto, that this last 2 years, it's just been so rewarding. Like, meeting these people that we've met. There is gonna be shit in any group, right? Or, there's gonna be coins that rug. There's gonna be shit people that scam you. There's gonna be crap that happens. But at the end of the day, if you find those people, it can be one of the most rewarding things. And I hope that somehow, when we have a second to breathe, that that will be my journey. I think, if I see Sharbi, of just helping onboard those, like, the people that want to get into this space, and sharing those stories, because I think storytelling is where it's at there, and just learning how to share that
I
feeling.
love that too.
Yeah,
That's a great one. So before I want to talk to you guys off camera a little bit, but for the last thing, one of the memes that came across my feed before was this girl. It wasn't even a meme. It was just this girl in a shirt, and it says, like, the bigger the fupa, the tastier the chalupa. She's working at Taco Bell. I thought that was great. What type of memes do you guys try to push towards Sharbi? Do you try to make, like, is there like a Rule 34 thing that you'd let people kind of have fun with? Is there something that just like, like, just tell us about the memes that you like to keep?
Yeah, you know what? Sharbi's memes, we have like 2 years of memes, and they started from, the old looks to the new looks. They've been controversial. I think as a meme project, you have to be a little controversial, especially as a female meme project. To stand out, you have to take that female meme edge a little bit, use the sexuality a little bit. I mean, our booth at East Toronto it said "Get laid by Sharbi" on the front of the booth, right? And it was like, yeah. I mean, how about how about one with boobs, right? it's time. It's time for a female meme coin to do something. And yes, we are not a furry cult. Like, there have been jokes, and you know, that's a little too far for me. But you know, like they're you know, like, are you guys a bunch of furries? You know, and I'm like, well, no. Like, you know, like, it's a dog meme coin, and yet, you know, she has physical attributes that you would, you know, like as a male or a female that likes females. But you know, we want her to be attractive, right? Like, I feel like you don't want your female meme coin to be ugly. It's not like an autism or autistic, you know, version of a coin, right? It's not, you know, Joe Biden's coin or Donald Trump or anything like that, right? Like, we want it to be visually pleasing, and then to have sexual jokes around it. And so the whole idea of get laid by Sharbi, are you a virgin, right? Like, crypto bros, you don't know, you know, like, you know, crypto bros are virgins. These kind of things are things that, you know, bring attention. Sometimes it's negative attention. I mean, I was on stage in East Toronto as one of the highlighted projects of Shibarium of SHIB. It was like Builders of SHIB panel, and it had a bunch of builders of SHIB. It had Marcy Jastro, who was building the metaverse, and she was hosting it. And you know, SHIB has a lot of lore and background, and a lot of people that really just fund everything. And so, like, you know, coming from that, like, there was like, oh, they had a dog meme on there that you know, makes fun of gay people, and it's like, no, we don't. You know, like, we don't make fun of anyone, right? Like, you know, it's just fun. And so, like, we have this one meme. It's my favorite meme, and it says, oh man, it says, what does it say?
What are you talking about? The road one?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember what it says. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
We'll save it for next time. We'll get the.
We'll save it.
Yeah. So anyway, we've done a lot of memes around sexuality, about how, like, Sharbi, like, wrecked Tate. You know, like, you know, he got hooked on her, and she wrecked him. You know, like, we've done, you know, a lot of memes around, you know, funny things like that. But you know, it really is, you know, like, there's sexuality to Sharbi, and that is the meme, right? Like, that is the meme ability of it, having a female character and being able to stand out as a female character. No one else can really do those memes the right way, right? Like, and so that is something as a female meme, you know, coin that you can really kind of touch on and dive into. It is fun.
Yeah.
I appreciate when the community members make the memes. I am not a meme creator. Like, I could make you laugh right now. Maybe I'll DM you, like, my first meme I tried to make. I just do the, like, classy by Sharbi ones, like the art that I do. Basically, I make the Sharbies, and then our awesome community members just take her and make really cool memes, like the one I just sent you, right? I just made, like, this Greek goddess Sharbi, and Lab so graciously snipped her out and made a. Oh wait, let me see. Well, I can't see it.
I can't see it. Oh. Yeah, it's.
Oh, that's switch to the BBC one. Sorry.
Nope. Go closer. Nothing.
Nope.
Oh, send it to me, and I'll try to. Yeah, nope. No, it's not even showing your face.
So it's a picture of Sharbi on one side with a castle, and then it's got, like, a dark, stormy side on the other side, and it's got, like, it's got Shib and Doge and Bonk and Pepe with, like, a bunch of the Chip and Dale dancers, and then Sharbi in, like, a thong on one side, and it says, "Some like it beefy." Not that there's anything wrong with that, and it's a play off of the Seinfeld show. Like they had a whole episode where it's like, not that there's anything wrong with that.
I love that show.
So yeah. So everybody's choosing the male meme coin. But yeah.
Before we head off camera, is there anything else you'd like to say to the 150 people that are here?
I'll close out my part. I just want to say thank you. I'm so grateful that we met on Monday. I had such a great time with you in the hot seat. And just, you know, what you guys are building over there is really phenomenal. And we're very honored to be working with you in the background on this comic stuff. He gave me like a sneak peek, guys, and I'm just really excited. So that is going to be epic. Sharbi is not here for a 2 times run. We're not here for 5 times. My next step is 100 million market cap. And you know, we are a meme with utility. So yes, we have that side that Hero just talked about. And we also have the serious side. I mean, Sharbi is structured like a business. We use the same things you would do in a startup, right? We have weekly scrum calls. We, you know, have an awesome team in the background that is working every day. And we've done it right. So I think we could have done it fast, but sometimes slower is faster because we're building out something that we want to have around for a very long time, if not forever, right? And so it's not taken, we take it very seriously, and we are building out these revenue streams in order to make some fucking money at the same time, right? So we're all here to make money, so let's make fucking money. And you know, Sharbi is it. We're gonna have those degens that come in, they hang out for a few days, and then they're out, and we're fine with that. Fine. But there are a group of us, and they're slowly we're slowly adding more that won't leave. And so this build out has taken time, but it's an investment that's going to bring you returns. And I think that, yeah, buy Sharbi, get some.
I love this game.
He said all the right words. You said all the right words. Now you just got to go.
I'm hungry.
No, I mean, right? Like we spent hundreds of hours building Sharbi. We've perfected everything. We have our Git book ready. We have our website ready. We're a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks out from Sharbi.fun, which has unlimited revenue potential. Basically, it's all going back into the project. Everything goes back to our holders. Everything is done for our community. We're building for it. We have a brand built. We have everything ready. Everything's perfected, right? Like everything looks great. Sharbi looks great. Everything's professionally done. And we're not here to do 2x. Like she said, we're not here to do 2x. I didn't put hundreds of hours to 2x my money. We are here, and we have a group of people that believe. And I watched a video from Murad, actually, although that showed it to me yesterday or 2 days ago, and he was talking about it. He said what you do is you build a cult-like thing. It's not really a cult, but it's a cult-like mentality. And the idea is that Bitcoin is not going to stop at 5 million, and have people that believe that. And our group believes Sharbi is worth way more. And so at 5 million, we're not stopping. At 10 million, we're not stopping. We're going to continue to build and grow. And this group of people is going to hold. And when you have that kind of belief from such a strong group of holders that hold such amount of supply, when this momentum starts, it's going to fucking run. And it's going to, and those candles, because of that belief, get bigger and bigger. And that's what happened when we ran to 40 million. Unfortunately, we had a team that siphoned everything out of it. But we're built now with a meme with utility, with structure, with a great holder base, with use cases, with substance, and we're ready to go. And I gave myself chills, so I hope everybody feels it, because like we're ready. Like this is the time. We're ready for the bull run. Everything's coming together at the perfect time, and with the network of people we have working with us, with these amazing communities around us, with our community, I think we have the potential to do crazy numbers, and that's you can't talk me out of that. So
That's great. Again, I want to talk to you guys off camera for a little bit, but thank you all for coming. We'll have you on again. I wish we could do like 3 hours. I do have to get on another call, but let's well end it right now. Yeah, dude, we gotta eat. Everyone say thank you. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you.
bye.